Welcome to the David Pakman Show. I am, of course, not David Pakman. I am Benjamin Dixon, host of the Benjamin Dixon Show. You can catch us live Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. Just go to BPD Live to find out more about this. Lewis, how's it going again?
Doing great. I think Dave has to be worried at this point. I mean, you might replace him if it's.
If I can get these headphones to stay in my ear and not keep falling off, then we'll talk about that. But no, Dave, thanks for having me on. I'm going right back to my studio after this. So one of the reasons let me just give you full disclosure. I am a Bernie Sanders supporter. And one of the reasons I just come out and say that is because I want you to understand the lens through which I'm speaking. You can decide for yourself if I'm being biased or objective. And one of the things that made me do that was because of so many media talking heads proclaiming to be unbiased, yet they use their platforms not to support Hillary Clinton as much as attack Bernie Sanders. And this is a classic case coming from my favorite journalist, Reid on MSNBC.
Reporters throwing dollar bills at the motorcade of Hillary Clinton as she was going to the George Clooney fundraiser. We're going to roll that video in just a second, but just the idea of that. And people went on Twitter afterwards. You can now see the video there. People throwing dollar bills as if in a strip club. This coming on the...
So, as if it was a strip club, she went on to say that this was coming on the heels of something with the Democratic horror issue from last week. She started to use terminologies like, has this campaign gone too far because they're addressing a woman in her 60s? Essentially, Lewis, this is an example of sexism. Never mind that if you look at the video closely, the people throwing the money were women. Not that women can't be sexist, obviously, but this to me is a huge distraction and another attempt to use the Bernie bro narrative in a way that undermines Bernie Sanders without expressly endorsing Hillary Clinton. And this is the type of thing that drives me batty, Lewis. I don't know. Do you see that happening from time to time?
Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I don't know why she needs to use that imagery. It's just an attempt to take down Bernie, and as if this was some act that Bernie Sanders put together and his campaign endorsed. I mean, that's completely ridiculous. But and then to call it as if it's a strip club. The money in politics thing is a pretty common narrative. It's a pretty common theme. This is just terrible, terrible journalism.
Exactly. Can you even call it journalism in that? No. It's like and I give, if you watch my show, I give Reid hell because I really like Reid. And it's really disappointing to see people use identity politics to manipulate the narrative. When in the last segment, we talked about all of the money that's been raised by George Clooney and how people expect only 1% to go to Hillary Clinton. But last quarter, 63% went to Hillary Clinton. And instead of talking about that underlying story, which is a major story, they want to make this about sexism. They want to make this about Bernie bros. They want to make this about everyone who has ever said something and taken out of context. All of a sudden, you are the worst people. And even if you're a woman, somehow, even if you're an older middle-aged woman, somehow you are a Bernie bro. Anything to distract us from the real story. And to me, I think it's intentional. I think it's because they don't want to outright endorse Hillary Clinton, but they don't have to endorse Hillary Clinton. All they have to do is attack Bernie Sanders and hold him. You said it, Lewis. They hold him accountable for things that his supporters do when we can't even hold Bill Clinton accountable for all the things that he said. And we can't even hold Hillary Clinton accountable for the CP joke that she had with Bill de Blasio, which I honestly don't care about, but it's just the hypocrisy that stands out to me.
Yeah, it's too bad. It seems that there's a lot of this happening on the bigger corporate media channels where it seems clear to us that these people favor Hillary.
Right.
You're right, though. They can't say it. And I wish they would just say it and tell us why she's the better candidate.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be happening.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You can love Hillary Clinton, you can support Hillary Clinton, but and you could do that in the media, but give a disclaimer. And I know I'm being idealistic here. I'm probably being childish.
And let me add, I don't think she's the better candidate. I'm just, I'm a Bernie supporter as well.
Right. And so at least give people, Lewis, the opportunity to view your journalism through the appropriate lens. Like, understand everything that I just said has been because I am a Bernie Sanders supporter. Even though I'm a Bernie Sanders supporter, I do my best to be objective. And I can objectively say that that clip from Joy-Ann Reid was just piss poor journalism at best and propaganda at worst. And it's something that you see consistently happening over and over again. You see it from the Washington Post with Jonathan Capehart. You see it from Blue Nation Review, which is essentially an extension of the Hillary Clinton campaign. That's fine, but be upfront about it and make sure that you're not trying to deceive the people who are consuming your media. It's just something, Lewis, that drives me batty, and I talk about it all the time on my show.
Warby Parker is offering a free 5-day home try-on to give you the opportunity to check out their glasses. I personally wear Warby Parker glasses when I'm not wearing my contact lenses, and I also started with one of these free at-home try-ons of 5 pairs of glasses. You can get your free home try-on and support the David Pakman Show at warbyparkertrial.com/TDPS. I don't really like going into glasses stores and trying on glasses while the salesperson sort of hovers over me, and I like more than 30 seconds to actually figure out whether I like the glasses. So with the Warby Parker home try-on, I was able to pick 5 pairs that I liked, put them on in the comfort of my own home, pick the one I like the most, and then Warby Parker put my prescription lenses in there for me. A lot of people don't know that the eyeglass industry is controlled by just a few big corporations that keep prices very high, like $300 for prescription glasses high, which is just insane. Warby Parker glasses start at $95. That's what mine cost. And for every pair of glasses sold, Warby Parker distributes a pair of glasses to someone in need. You can try 5 pairs and see what you like. Check out the at-home trial and support our show by going to warbyparker.com/TDPS. It costs nothing.